Welcome to week 2 of our Caribbean cruise. Over the last 7 days, we've soaked up the sun on Antigua's jolly beach, explored Grenada's lush rainforest, and met some cheeky Mona monkeys. We indulged in a chocolate lover's dream in St. Lucia and took a 4x4 adventure in Barbados, finishing with a sunset cruise. But not everything was smooth sailing. Wait until you hear about our airport experience. Stick around for all of the highlights. Good morning from Antigua.
Yeah, welcome to part 2 of our Arvia Caribbean series. If you're returning from part 1, thank you very much. If you're new watching this from part 2, I'd probably recommend you go watch part 1 after this, or watch part 1 now and then come back to this. Might make a bit of sense, but we put a time lapse out this morning and we were like practically here at like 6 o'clock. Today we are doing a shore experience, our first one. So all our shore experiences we kind of booked towards the end of this week.
Yeah, although shore experience is just taking us to a beach.
It's called Jolly Beach Escape. You get on a coach, they'll take you to the beach, they'll return you back. It's 6 hours, so you don't have to worry about paying for a taxi. To be honest, if you're new watching this and you haven't seen part 1, we done the taxis ourselves and it really isn't that expensive. So my advice to you is do not book a beach escape through P&O. Just book one yourself, go out first thing in the morning, make sure you're back to the ship by about 3, half 3ish, and I think you'll be golden.
You're meeting many people that are on the ship that want to do exactly the same thing.
Yeah, we've met loads.
So every time we've gone to a beach, we've met other people and they've come along with us.
Yeah.
We've gone along with them.
Yeah, you just share them, you talk to them, you find out, you'll know all this stuff. Honestly, I kind of wish we didn't book this beach escape, because that 102 quid is like, what, $140 worth? It would have only cost us maybe 30 max to get to the beach, and with a sun lounge of $50.
Yeah.
So it would have cost like one of us just for the day down the beach, and with a couple of soft drinks as well. So yeah, well, it's a lesson learned, I guess.
Yeah,
but that's fine. We don't have to pay for sun lounges because they're included today on this trip. Obviously, it's not just the transport. So it's currently 7:36. Our shore experience starts at 9:30, so we have to be on shore 10 minutes before that time. But we'll go down there before that anyway. We're going to have breakfast in the main dining room today, aren't we?
Yeah, we've just kind of taken a bit of an easier morning, haven't we?
Yeah. If you watched the end of the last one, we had an easy night at the end of the last one. We just sat there watched the movie Hitman on Netflix. It was a Netflix film and that was absolutely quality. Had a coffee, had a little dessert. It was ace. Loved it. Finally made it down here to Jolly Beach in Antigua. It looks like a beach resort that we're here. It looks like it's rained a bit as well. These are some beds we've got. We've got trees to the right of us. A little bit of a beachy resorty type thing just there on the right. And the beach here, it's quite nice. It goes all the way along there, so we can take some nice walks later on during the day, which will be quite nice.
We're here until 3 o'clock, 10 past 10 now. Did we mention earlier, but we're in port overnight tonight, so we don't actually have to go back to the ship if we don't want to.
Yeah, oh, and there's no Shirley Heights tonight. It's on Sunday night, not Saturday night, so I'm gutted about that. I thought it was on Saturday nights, but it's not, and I really want to do that, so that just means we have to come back here. And
I want to try and go to Shirley Heights tomorrow, just to see, because it's a really beautiful viewpoint.
Yeah, so we're gonna speak to people at the port and find out stuff, but we've got a lovely beach calling our name and a bed's calling our name for a little nap. Blue this water is, it's just, oh man. There's a few little rocks under feet that you can see. I really want to know what this little resort is. It's gorgeous. Just love this little area. We don't do swimming, normally just do bobbing, because 1, I can't swim, I'm terrified of water. 2, I just like bobbing about in the sea pretty much. Cool off. Dip your toe in it, you cool off. It's chilly, but it's lovely when you get in.
I'm under.
Yeah, she's done it. Liquid sunshine, mom. Come here, the little beach bar next to us for some lunch. We're having a Caesar chicken wrap with fries, and we've got, obviously you all know what a Coke can looks like. If you don't, there's something wrong with you. It'll come to $36, so $3 for the Coke. $15 for the chicken wrap, which isn't too bad actually. And this rain, I said to Ellie, oh, Ellie's towel's absolutely drenched now, I can see it. Hopefully the sun will come out and dry, alright? This is part of a resort, there's some toilets over there and some little beach bungalows. As you can hear, they're playing some little beach drum music, which is nice. And when our food comes out, we'll show you that. And then we're going to have a dip in the water. Finally, managed the meals. Nice empty plates. That was...
That was good.
To be honest, that was a lot there, wasn't it? For 15 bucks.
We could have shared one.
It was good stuff. Bit of spice and the Caesariness. Have a last swim, and then before we get picked up, we're going to walk up and down the beach. I think there'll probably be like a good 20-25 minute up and down the beach. Could be quite nice. Like one of our favourite things to do. We say it's free, but it's not, because it costs you several £1,000s to get to it.
Yeah.
So.
But it outweighs it.
It does.
If you book somewhere like this and you go for a walk on the beach, you know, it kind of balances itself out.
What, because you're not paying for trips?
Yeah.
Still costs you several thousand, but still, it's a nice thing to do, right?
Hillman's basically free.
Basically, in England, we just swim in shitty brown water with turds floating next to you and you get an infection, so it's either that or come here swimming nicely, and I think I'd rather know what I'll choose. Come back earlier, we had a little mooch around town, didn't see much in town, we just see the last little bit of the sunset, it dipped over the hill, which is quite nice. We're deciding what to do tomorrow because we don't want to go to a beach.
I don't mind going to a beach, but for not all day. I don't want to do an all day thing.
No.
So I think we're a little bit beached out. We've been at a beach pretty much at every single stop. And I mean, the beaches are beautiful, don't get me wrong, and there's some beautiful ones here in Antigua.
We've done like 5 or 6, I think, already.
There's 365 beaches in Antigua, so there's plenty of nice beaches to go to, but we're just over it a little bit.
A bit beach wankered out.
Granny and Grandpa are back in the room.
Yeah, it's currently 8:30. We're absolutely shattered, beached out. Does really tire you out. I'll tell you what, the burger we had, the Prime Minister burger, was so good. I would relate it to Miller and Carter burger. It was so good and filling. One rule of advice:
don't get a starter. Good God, we would never have finished that. I could just about finish it, and yeah. I'm glad we didn't get a starter.
No, if you had a starter each, I'd recommend sharing the burger. If you share a starter, then depending on what you had for lunch, probably have a burger each. But oh my God,
it was good.
Very good. I'm so stuffed.
I was going to get the chicken, but then the guy said, I said to him, chicken breast. He said, no, it's a whole chicken. I was like,
yeah, for $7.95 extra.
I won't be eating a whole chicken to myself.
Yeah, $7.95 extra charge for that, which isn't bad. The Prime Minister burger was £10.50. Extra charge, like you use on your room credit. So when you book rooms, you get like onboard spend to use. You just show them your card. It takes it off your room credit. You can check it on the TV behind. We showed all that stuff in part 1. Yeah,
or you can check it on the app.
Yeah. Oh, to use the app, you have to be on board and you have to connect to the free Wi-Fi. It's not free Wi-Fi.
No, it's just.
That's the only way. My Holiday app, yeah. And then if you want to use data, it's like it starts at £18 a day for basic usage up to.
Why do they call it a My Holiday app when it's not an app?
Yeah, it's a website. If it was an app, it would be great. But we've got a coffee. We come back. We've got a cappuccino. Going to chill, watch a movie in our room. If you didn't see that, that's what we did at the end of the last one. We're going to do that again. I think we'll catch you in the morning. Wish us luck, and we will update you as we go in the morning. Our second day in Antigua, we decided to have a day off and not film anything. Later on in the day, we went to the sail away party in Antigua for the second lot of people that were boarding the ship. Later on in the evening, we decided to enjoy the ship's entertainment and just take it chill. Well, good morning to you. I thought we'd update you. We didn't do anything yesterday because we had a chill day in Antigua. Today's a sea day, heading towards Grenada at the moment. We've covered quite a lot, as you can see on the map, and we've had a decent time at each port. So we've arrived at like 7:30. You'll get on at 5:30. It's been absolutely brilliant. Today we're chilled, there's not much going on. We have our second celebration night tonight, so we've got Sindhu booked, so we're going to be doing that. All dressed up all swanky wanky for all that stuff. We're just going to chill on our balcony, make the most of it. We've been out there an hour already and I'm like sweating already. It's the hottest day at sea. Arvia had a power cut last night because we have a sound machine. Can't sleep without it. The power went out at 4:50 in the morning. An emergency light went on over by the door.
Jackson speaking with an update on our progress towards Grenada. Before that, I do hope that you enjoyed a relaxing day at sea. Certainly glorious weather-wise with no rain at all, so very pleasant conditions and a fresh breeze across the open deck, making it nice and cool. So throughout the day we've continued to head south. We've passed Dominica, Guadeloupe and Martinique at the present time off on our port side, and overnight we'll continue heading south. We'll be passing St. Lucia, then St. Vincent, as we make our way over to St. George's in Grenada, where tomorrow morning at 6:45. But in the meantime, we have our second formal night on board. I can see on the cameras many of you dressed up, so have a wonderful evening and a great day ashore tomorrow in Grenada.
Second celebration night. As you can see, all dressed up. I feel like James Bond. This is a little gadget. I'm going to press a button. It's like, pew, 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 pew. We do. Feel, look, freaking, oh, I love this tux. And then we have Ellie in her lovely red dress. Obviously, Ellie's wearing something different if you didn't see part 1. Boo! Ooh. And then we're going to be having some photos out on our balcony. Photos down in Ocean Studios on deck 6 because they've got all the photographers out today.
And then we've got about 10 hours till dinner.
When we're on Iona, I felt really uncomfortable in that other suit that I had. Because it was like, it wasn't made for me.
It wasn't fitted properly, was
yeah,
it? So this has been
measured.
fitted to James.
Yeah, I just feel like I need a pistol here and a martini, shaken not stirred, and then I'm all good.
You'd be on the floor if you drank a martini.
I would. Literally. Yeah, so this is lovely. Enjoy this. We've got Sindhu later. I'm not going to vlog in Sindhu because it is weird. We did have someone from our previous video like, oh, can you show more of it? I'm sure I said this in part 1, but it's like screaming. If everyone's seen Team America, it's like we going like this with the camera in your face. We're not going to do that in the restaurants. So we just B-roll it and we'll show you. We're having the Dali plate. Whether I think the Tali or Dali plate. We had it on Iona. We're going to have that again.
Vegetarian Tali plate.
Yeah, that's it. We're going to have that. We had it on Iona, so we're going to be having the same today as well.
From
Grenada. Grenada. Question, is it Grenada or Grenada?
Yeah, what is it?
I say grenade, like the hand grenade, but with an A at the end.
That's a
Yeah. So look how beautiful it is behind us. I think there is a rain cloud behind, but this is our first port that we're doing a trip today. It's a full day. It's our first, I think this is the only full day one. It's called Grenada's Finest with lunch. I'll put a little screenshot. If you book it on the ship, it's £98 each.
But,
we booked it before.
But that does include lunch, and that does it's 7.5 hour day.
Yep. Oh my God! Look at that rain behind.
It's a long old day, so we'll be quick. Yeah, we'll take you along, show you what it's all about.
Yeah,
hopefully, it's worth the money.
Chocolate tasting. Apparently, it's in the top 10 National Geographic places for chocolate.
Yes.
I'll do chocolate tomorrow. Yeah.
And hopefully, a really nice lunch.
Yeah.
Tasting sort of more of the local Creole food, I think.
Yeah, I've got some of my like food cravings back because when you're on the ship for this long, you kind of get sick of food a little bit.
Yeah.
I've even gone off for fish and chips. I've eaten them that much. Luckily, we're on a trip today and not a beach. Well, one thing last night, the ship did rock a lot, and we heard the coat hangers. The one thing we couldn't control, the coat hangers jingling. And he was like, "What's that?" And I thought I was going to get airtime in the bed last night as well.
Yeah,
because the ship was rocking that much.
P&O needs to start installing seatbelts in their bed.
And baby bells.
Oh yeah,
and you don't roll out of bed.
Not for babies, but for adults.
It was rolling like this. It was like, honestly.
It was rocky. But we didn't feel sick.
Yeah, no.
So that's probably a question a lot of people will have is, if it's rocky, do you feel sick? And James is the most seasick person I know.
Exactly, especially from a first cruise. Everyone was asked like, oh, how did you feel being sick? I haven't taken the seasick tablet once. I'm going to need it for on land, I think, today. So you can see how hilly it is. I think it's going to be windy. So I'm going to need that for today. No, I haven't really taken them at sea, to be honest.
I've taken a few, not because I feel sick, but just because I feel a bit...
The rain's just stopped, but we're waiting for the captain to do his announcement at 7:37. We should be getting up shortly. There's one great sign, as you can see just down there, the Grenada sign. You can go down there and get a good photo, which we're hoping to do, and then we're coming back up because we have a trip in an hour's time.
This is Staff Captain speaking from the bridge, and a very warm welcome to St. George's here in the lovely island of Grenada. Arvia is now secure alongside her berth, and you may proceed ashore.
stop, we're at Annandale Falls.
Yeah, as you can see behind us, this island has like the best rainforest stuff ever. It's gorgeous.
Beautiful,
absolutely bloody beautiful, this island so far. It's just, a guide's great. This is paradise for us. Me and Ellie love trekking in rainforest and everything, so this is our first stop, and then we go to the chocolate factory after in a little town called Victoria.
Yeah.
And then we go somewhere else, and then we do a bit of rainforest, so you get a chance to see some monkeys called the Mona monkeys.
Mona monkey, M-O-N-A monkeys. I've never heard of them before, so I hope we see them.
Where we are down at the falls, there's some guys just above us. They say like a jumping association, we're warned about this. They say, oh, what's your name? And then they'll climb up to the top of this waterfall, as you can see behind. They'll jump, call your name, and you pay them $5–10. Just be wary.
Just be wary of that.
Apparently there's a woman here in Grenada that wears a fruit hat as well. You take a photo of her, obviously she wants some money. After our trip to Annandale Falls, we headed on a short bus ride to the Diamond Chocolate Factory in Grenada, which is voted a top 10 in National Geographic of chocolate tasting around the world. You get to sample some of the chocolate. There's 4 little pots where you can try chocolate before you buy them. After this, we headed to the herb garden where you can find different herbs and spices growing. We also got to see a little bit behind the scenes of how the chocolate was made old school style, and to see where the cocoa plants were grown. After this, we headed to the Belmont estate for a buffet lunch with a nice view overlooking the rainforest. If you want to know what the lunch was like, it was buffet with rice and chicken, so nothing was special. Finally made it to Granditang Lake, National Park and Forest Reserve. So,
and we just saw a little monkey.
Yeah, it's called
the
was
Mona
it?
Mona.
Yeah, I had a perfect view. I've got shotgun seat on the bus.
So we had lunch. It was really nice. To be fair, it's just Creole food. We had tuna, rice, salad.
It's in a nice view stop. When it was called Belmont Estate, we ate at.
Soup.
Food was good. We're down here now. We're gonna walk. We get a chance to walk around the reserve. Stopping here for 10 minutes around this lake, and then we get to see some more Mona monkeys a little bit later. That's the biggest worry, isn't it? Oh, that's a good thing. Did he just press his hand on your nose? Can ya? So cute. Well, that was very eventful last little stop. The 2 little Mona monkeys.
These are wild. They're not like, they're wild monkeys, and they just literally just jumped on us.
Yeah, brilliant.
They're so cute. I could hear it. At one point, it put its finger up my nose.
No, used it and it went like that, didn't it? So you'll see it anyway.
It's so
I think
cute.
I got it on one of them.
There was a local guy feeding it a bit of banana.
Yeah, we would have popped in, but anyway, we're heading back to the port now.
Yes.
It's the end of our trip. It's 3:30.
Oh, it's been a really
got about
good day.
an hour. It's been an awesome trip. Would recommend this.
Yeah, we'll talk to you more about it in a bit.
When we get back to the ship.
Yeah.
Yes.
We just stopped in, like, they've got like a little convenience shop. So we've got some drinks and some crisps for the room, and then had a little look around so they've got like a little mall. All the shops are the same, so it's the same sort of stuff, but if you want souvenirs, you can get souvenirs from there.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, in the convenience store, we bought some drinks and some crisps that you see. They're quoted in Eastern Caribbean dollars, but we can pay in US dollars, so it's $1 equals 2.6 Eastern Caribbean. So if you want to buy, you can do it. Make sure you ask for change back in US dollars, because they'll probably give it to you back in Eastern Caribbean, so I asked for that. Grenada's surprised us, actually.
I didn't really know much about Grenada before we come.
No.
And yeah, like James said, it's surprised us both.
It's been brilliant.
Loved it.
Absolutely loved it today.
People are so lovely. Everyone waving at us, all the little kids waving at us.
Exactly.
Probably the friendliest place we've been to so far.
Yep, so we're adding this on our list to definitely come and visit one day, because it has been, Sandals do a really great resort here. It used to be owned by La Source, but then Hurricane...
I think it's called Sandals La Source though.
Yeah, I think, so, I mean, Sandals are expensive properties to start, but still adding it to the Caribbean list to come stay at, aren't we?
We are.
Also, what you can't see from here is, just where Ellie is, behind here is the most cracking view ever. Behind this hill, there's a hospital on the hill. It's kind of like, like that behind.
Hills. It's really, really nice. Then we got to the cruise ship as well, couldn't we, from here?
Yeah.
But then we saw where the prison is, and the prison has
the best view in the island.
The best view of the whole island.
Can you see it from here, actually? Yes, you can.
Oh, yeah.
It is.
The yellow building.
Hang on. It's like there, the big yellow building, just up there. That's the prison. They've got the best view in the whole island.
Had a really lovely time. We had guide Christopher.
Yeah, he was great, wasn't he?
Great.
He was funny, actually. He was really good. I'd recommend this trip. So we're going to get ready. We've got Green & Co later. We're going to watch Sail Away. You'll be watching that too through a time lapse. And then we'll be sailing northeast towards St Lucia. So we should see the last bit of the sunset.
Yeah.
Actually, because it sets at 6:20.
In St Lucia tomorrow, we have more chocolate activity. We're going to Hotel Chocolat.
The Rabbit estate is where the British Hotel Chocolat bought the estate in St Lucia, and then they make the cocoa. You actually get to make your own chocolate, but we'll talk to you more about that tomorrow. We've been there before, we've done this before, but we just knew we had to go back and obviously film it for us. Yeah, love it. It is the best. Yes. So we can get ready, we're hot and sweaty, and then we'll catch you a little bit later just after sunset.
We've just got to Green & Co and we've just ordered our food, and I just wanted to let you know how it works, because sometimes it can be a little bit confusing if you look at the menu. So we booked this restaurant online before we come, and we paid £20 before we even got on board. So what happens is that £20 comes off of the price of whatever it is that you order. So I think James worked out we're going to have to pay 50p extra for plus our dessert as well. So yeah, that's how it works. So obviously there'll be a price against each item in the menu, and then obviously that's what you'll pay if you just book whilst you're on board, or if not, you can pay the £20 before you come, and then that just comes off of the total of the bill.
We've got our starters finally. It looks really nice. I'm just gonna.
It is like a prawn mince. It's like a meat-free mince. Really good.
These are the
chili tostadas to share.
Yeah, we thought they were going to be spicy. It's not. It's got paprika in it. I've gone for the mock lamb chocolate, the South African. Hint, after you watch this, I recommend you watch our South Africa series, because we just come back from there 8 weeks ago, and we have 12 videos for you to watch, so check that out.
And I've gone for the flora sushi, so I'll show you that when it comes, but we're going to eat these now. And yeah, it tastes really good, so
these are bloody gorgeous too.
Let's eat.
Just eating my mock lamb, which was literally, I don't know, chocolate sauce. I've had it in South Africa, I can't really remember. But for those of you who are meat eaters, I highly recommend you come here. The food has been amazing so far, starters and mains, wouldn't you say? Absolutely incredible. Apparently our friends come here the other night and they said the dessert was the best bit. So we'll be having dessert next. And I had the flora sushi, so the vegetarian sushi, and that was really, really good as well. Very filling, can't wait for the dessert. If you're coming on this cruise, just be open. Like, if you eat meat, fair enough, we eat meat as well. We used to be vegetarian, we eat meat now, but we're still very open to eating vegetarian food. Be open to it, because you'll have a great meal. And also, it's never busy in here, and we don't understand why, and it should be more busy in here, really, because the food is good. Yeah, and I've got orange wine. Yeah. Orange wine, which is really, really good. Just had our dessert. So we've finished our dessert, come to the end of Green & Co. Had like a little coffee cake, which is a little bit weird, with burnt bananas on. Couldn't taste anything with espresso. We had an earth plate to share as well, which was quite, I think the earth plate was £5, that was $3.50. So total come to £39 something. you get a 20% discount off that as well. Plus we paid £10 each before we come in, so we had 20 quid come off that, and then 20% comes off that, so we paid £13.40 in total, including our drinks, and a starter to share, a main each, and 2 desserts. So it's not too bad. I think that's pretty good. Really enjoyed this meal. It's definitely an underrated restaurant here on Arvia. Good morning from St Lucia. So we've pulled up on probably the not so great looking side in Castries this morning.
Resilient Lady, Virgin Voyages Resilient Lady's just pulled in, and we've got Holland America, so there's 3 of us in today, so it's going to be quite busy, so I'm glad we've booked an excursion.
Yes. Also, Resilient Lady, we're going to be sailing on her in June to Athens.
Yes, we are.
With our travel agents, Karen and Stuart. Just remind you, we book all our holidays through Karen and Stuart, Martin Travel, Not Just Travel. We have a little app with them. It is no extra cost to you. You help support our channel. Go through the quote through that link, and then it will link it to us, all that kind of stuff. We'd highly recommend it. We've done loads of trips with them. We've recently done South Africa, done a couple of cruises.
Yeah, and they're coming on the trip with us.
Yeah.
We're going on the trip with them, however you want to look at it.
We told them about it, and they're like, yeah, we're going to book it too. And then they messaged us like, we'll be having cocktails with you. So I'm looking forward to that trip. It'll be awesome. Karen Stewart?
Yeah, Resilient Lady looks, she's small, a lot smaller than Arvia.
Oh yeah,
by the looks of it, but she looks good. I can't wait to sail on her.
Also, just a bit, where we've been in the buffet, I've seen a few people ill on this ship, and I'm trying not to get ill myself, but people have been coughing, like, when you cough you go, so I've seen some people go, and then touch utensils.
Or sneezing into their hands and then touching
stuff.
Utensils, door hand, like any like hand rails and stuff like that. P&O are really good at cleaning everything around the ship, but it's down to everyone on board to
wash their hands.
Use their common sense and just wash their hands.
Use your common sense. If you're going to sneeze, you're not going to open door handles like with your arm, are you? Yeah, then it keeps this free and clean.
Just an observation, like I've seen since we've been on here like a week and a half, nearly 2 weeks already.
Oh, some dirty bastards on here.
I've seen a lot of people that do not wash their hands. Like literally, the hand washing station's there. They walk right past it, or they get given hand gel going into some restaurants, and some people don't even have it.
Can I show you how dry my hands are? I've washed them 20 million times. I don't even know if you can even see that. Right, look how dry that is. In 3 days' time when we go home, there's going to be no skin. It's just going to be a skeleton. That's all that'll be.
But no, just to call out that is one thing I've noticed, and it's not just P&O. I'm guessing it's going to be a lot of the cruise ships that people are like that. But
just wash your hands.
If we haven't learned anything from COVID, then
we're f***ed as a race, pretty much.
Just wash your hands, people, because that's how people get ill. I think there are a few people on here that might have had like quarantine. They've been quarantined.
Quarantine in cabins, because
just wash your bloody hands. It takes 2 minutes.
Exactly.
20 seconds they say rub for.
Exactly. Oh. Rub what? Oh, rub what? Be dirty.
Rub the tongue up.
It's probably me being dirty, that is. Anyway, we've got our trip. We've got the chocolate experience. It's at 8:45 till 3.
Yeah. This
is the price if you want to book it on ship. It's 130. So we paid 121, 122 pounds each for this. So
it's expensive, but it's Hotel Chocolat. So what do you expect?
Yeah, you get to make your own chocolate bar. You go to the Rabbit Estate, and then it's got its own hotel, and then you got a fantastic view of the I can't say it. Petit Piton. Yeah, we hiked the Gross Piton when we were here in 2017, and that nearly killed us.
Yeah, don't do that.
It took us 2.5 to get up and 3.5 to go down, and then our knees were shaking so much that for 2 days, we couldn't walk downstairs or anything, could we?
No, but funny. Yeah, we get to have lunch there as well, and I'm hoping the lunch is as good as what it was before, because it was fantastic, wasn't it? It was so
like
good.
Chocolate infused with like mashed potato, burgers, all that kind of stuff, and it was it was bloody good. And one thing we did want to remind you earlier is whether you're here in port or you're on a 7-10 14-night holiday, make sure you take seasick or travel sick tablets, especially the roads are very windy and stuff, so we just wanted to let you know. And that also, there is a St Lucia sign you can take a photo of, but where it absolutely pissed it down a few minutes ago and they've had a lot of rain here on the island, it's going to be pretty hard to get a photo of, and it's probably the nicest looking.
It is. It's a shame if we can't. We'll try later.
Yeah, we'll try later this afternoon. When the sun comes out and dries a little, we'll give it a go. Where me and Ellie are walking, there are shops. There's obviously gift shops everywhere in every port. So as you can see, there's Arvia.
Quite a nice little setup actually.
It is, isn't it? So you've got all these different little shops just around here. Also, if you're not on a Hotel Chocolat tour, there is a Hotel Chocolat shop just through there. It was now time to head towards our excursion. What I don't tell you here in St Lucia, if you're doing any trip towards Soufriere where you go towards doing the hot springs, mud baths, Hotel Chocolat, the roads are very windy and it will take you 1.5 hours to 2 hours to get to your destination. So make sure you stock up on travel sick tablets. It's very highly recommended. During a drive you get some fantastic scenery, but we just wanted to let you know, if you've never been to St Lucia before, they do have a problem with stray dogs. The stray dogs you'll see are young, they're not castrated, and some of them are very skinny, and it will break your heart if you love animals like us. They do have adoption centres in St Lucia called Slaps St Lucia. If you do want to look at a dog and you fall in love and you do want to bring one home, I'd highly recommend checking that out. But on our way to our stop, we did stop at some lovely little towns on the way. We had Antigua, which is a fishing village. They do fish markets every fortnight, and then you get a nice view of Soufriere from the top with the pitons in the background. And it was now time to head to the Rabbit Estate for our chocolate tasting experience. Finally made it here to the Rabbit Estate, Hotel Chocolat in St Lucia. The drive's 2.5 hours. Definitely recommend taking the seasick tablet because you'll need it. They've definitely changed this in the 8 years we last come here. They've set up like massive gazebos and tents and stuff, which we didn't do before last time.
Very different.
We saw a little dog earlier. The one thing they don't tell you about St Lucia is the dog problem they have. We saw a little dog look like, was it a name Lucky Jane?
Yeah.
In 2017 we found this dog, and we'll probably tell you more about it when we get back on the ship, because I need to find some photos.
Yeah, we do the chocolate making first, and then we have lunch at the restaurant there.
Yeah, so you get pestle and mortar. You'll see it takes about half an hour to grind the beans down to actual chocolate, and we get to buy some gifts at the gift shop. And show you around a nice estate. Anyway, tour starting, better go. We've come to learn that this whole experience has changed dramatically since 2017.
It's very different.
Yeah, we've got a different layout. When you sit at the restaurant is literally just here behind us. You get no view of the Petit Piton. We've got a nice little shop here, but it used to be where the hotel is, and you used to get that lovely view over the Piton.
I just hope the lunch is the same.
Yeah, me too.
Still nice.
So we'll show you the restaurant quick, because it is literally just here. This is the restaurant area where we'll eat later. Obviously you don't get no amazing views, so this is where we'll be eating later. Just before we headed to do our chocolate experience, we decided to head to the shops just opposite where we're going to be making our very own chocolate. You can buy all sorts of Hotel Chocolat merchandise here, from full dark chocolate, 65% milk chocolate. Other stuff you can buy is the Hotel Chocolat infused alcohol. I wouldn't know if there's gin or rum because I'm not an alcoholic person, me and Ellie. You can buy toiletries, soaps. There's just so much to do. Obviously be prepared to pay a price because it is not cheap, but you will save a little bit of money here than you would do at the Hotel Chocolat shop at the port. So just be aware, only be a few dollars, but it is worth it. It was now time to make our very own chocolate. As we've done this before, we know how much blood and sweat goes into making the chocolate. So with your ingredients you get cocoa butter, powdered sugar and your cocoa nibs. Now to make your chocolate, they talk you through all the instructions on how to make it, but making the chocolate from the cocoa nibs is one of the hardest things, and you will swap hands multiple times. It takes roughly 20 to 25 minutes with a pestle and mortar crushing the chocolate to get it smooth. You have to get it smooth with no lumps in to make your chocolate, and then after, towards the end, once you've put all your blood, sweat and tears into this chocolate, and trust me, it is worth it at the end. So towards the end you get a little Hotel Chocolat moulding stuff. You get to pour your chocolate into the moulding, and you'll get to write your name on the bottom. They will pop this in the freezer. You'll collect it towards the end of your trip when you head back to the port. But afterwards, probably the best bit, and I think this bit tastes better when it's set and ready to eat, is you get to lick the reminiscence off the pestle and mortar, which is probably just awesome in itself. So after you've done the chocolate experience, you get to have your lunch. So you get to choose from a menu. You get a few different options. Ellie had the mahi with some other little side dishes. I had a chocolate infused pork burger, and the best bit is we had chocolate infused sundae to end with. We then headed back to the ship, which felt like an eternity. It was about 2.5 hours. We spent more than half a day in a vehicle just on this trip, so just to make you aware. Come back to the ship. Look how lively this is. Probably full of Americans getting drunk, I reckon.
Oh, there's a lot of Brits.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
A lot of Brits?
Yeah.
And the St Lucia sign over there is absolutely rammed. And we have our chocolate with us, so we'll show you that when we get on the boat.
Might get a bit melty.
Yes. We've got them in the bag.
We have.
All ready to go. Oh yeah.
But this is the place to come if you want to get pissed.
Yes.
Rum therapy.
Our excursion today has been great. We have our chocolate now. Me and Ellie added all the sugar in our chocolate bars because apparently it's like pure dark. So you add the butter in, a little bit of sugar to make it dark. I think probably ours is maybe around 60-70% of...
I think, yeah, so the more sugar you add, the less pure it is. Or the less
more milk
percentage
chocolate.
of cocoa it is.
And obviously, the more darker the chocolate, the healthier it is for you as well. The one thing I wanted to mention to you earlier, the little dog you would have saw earlier this morning, when we were here in 2017, keep the long story short, me and Ellie were staying in Walton Hotel in Gross LA up north. We walked to Rodney Bay, and St Lucia has a problem with stray dogs. So we walked and we saw this little dog laying in the middle of the road, couldn't move. And as we're walking, me and Ellie bawling our eyes out, thinking, oh shit, this dog's dead or something. And as we walk by, I see this little dog just look at us and then blink, and I was like, I can't leave the dog there. So I remember going straight up into the road. I don't even remember about traffic or anything, did I?
I don't.
You had to, and then I picked it up.
Traffic. James picked it up.
I picked it up, and then she like in such sort she wet herself, so had a bit of piss on my blue top. I remember I took her to some place near Rodney Bay, the owner into his big house, and she knew it's called Slaps, St Lucia. If you want to adopt a dog from St Lucia, look at that place because there's loads of little dogs. They're absolutely
heroes.
Gorgeous.
They are heroes. Them people are heroes. I think his name's Brian. They're absolute heroes. They go around and help obviously these stray dogs. And like James said, there's a big problem here, so don't be surprised if when you come here you see lots of dogs.
Anyway, this dog, we wanted to bring her home, but then because we're not really we have a cat at home, she doesn't get on well with other animals.
We couldn't have upset Sadie.
And it would have cost £1,400 to get the dog back with injections, quarantine, everything in England, but we raised £800, and then £800 we donated it back to the dog charity Slaps. But the dog is well. We know she's in Boston in the United States of America on a farm with cows and chickens and pigs.
She's probably living her best life.
Yeah, she'll be about eight years old now. Yeah. Same like that little dog from earlier, same patterns.
I was going to say,
lovely temperament.
Basically the same. That's what made us like upset, is because this dog was just like, and they called her Lucky Jane.
Yeah.
Because she was lucky that she even survived.
Yeah.
Because basically what the locals do here is if their dog has puppies, don't know why they don't castrate them to stop them from having puppies, but their dogs have puppies, and then obviously they've got a litter of puppies that they can't look after.
Yeah.
So what they do is, and this is awful,
throw them out of the truck.
Throw them out of the back of the car or truck or whatever.
Sometimes.
It is sad. I can't get my head around that.
If I was going to get a dog, I would adopt one from Slaps here in St Lucia and bring it back to the UK. So have a check it out. If I can find the website, I'll put the details down below for you. Anyway, we've got our chocolate now. Ellie's got hers.
As you would have seen earlier, we put it into a mould, and then we've got
look.
this Hotel Chocolat on it, or it's very melted. It's very dark, but it's better than last time.
Because you said you got to stir it for 72 hours. Or was that Virgin Voyages?
Oh, also, did we tell you earlier?
No, I don't think we did.
Resilient Lady, Virgin Voyages, Resilient Lady is docked up.
And we're on her in 4 months, in June.
Yeah, and we're going on her in 4 months. It's so cool to see her. She's smaller than Arvia. I can't wait.
Also, this is our final sail away from St Lucia.
Final sail away of the cruise.
Yeah, and then we've got a sea day tomorrow, and then we're in Barbados overnight. And
so we've just had the update from the captain. We're supposed to be away, or setting sail away from here at 6 o'clock, which is now, but they're just waiting for a single shore experience that's been delayed to get back to the ship. That's what we wanted to say. It's one good thing about booking. I know they're a bit more expensive, but that's one good thing about booking excursions through P&O, is because if you were to have done that independently and they get delayed, the ship will wait for you basically. But because it's a P&O excursion, they wait for everyone to get back on board before they set sail.
Good morning, it's our sea day today, and we thought we'd wake up early. So if you didn't follow in part 1, we have some little duckies that we're going to hide.
Probably got about half the pack left. I'm going to try and get them all hid today.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and hide as many as we can, but they're so cute and they glow in the dark.
Yeah. So if you're on this cruise, put the dates down below. If you do end up finding one, please drop us a comment down below and let us know where you found it. Duck number 1 hidden. Duck number 2. We're on a roll. Duck number 4. Show you where we're hiding. just here. Right, short experiences, so do one. I'm going to do one. Has to plant it. No, I'm going to do one. Right, so I have a couple left. I'm going to hide them. Some on these bits, just around here. And Ellie's over there doing the same at the moment as well. And what we haven't showed you, Brody's has a pool table in here and some darts. We haven't actually hidden it yet, have we? No. So we can hide it. Okay. We've hidden one in a really good place, right? Look at this. Right there in the Magic Club. Last one hidden. How was your stretch?
Good. Yeah, really good. A lot of the stretches were what James does in the morning anyway, and I sometimes do them, so
So we just come here to the Meridian on deck 6 at the back for breakfast this morning. We have a nice view of the back of the ship. And as I just mentioned to you, they got bored shitless in the gym. I don't know how people do it, to be honest. They come around and they give you jams and butter. We'll get some toast, and then we order off a little menu, just like this. And there's cooked stuff on the back as well that you can order. So there's quite a lot you can order. It's probably a nice way to eat in the mornings. And there's no difference between the Meridian and the Zenith. The Zenith is this one just up here, by the way, just on a different floor.
same menu.
Nothing different. It's been several hours. This afternoon we went on a very highly recommend you book this at the start of your trip for a sea day. We did a behind the scenes tour today. We got to go to engine control room on deck 3. So you get to see all the how they control the engines, all that kind of stuff. Actually at the moment in the Caribbean, because they're not rushing between each island, they're only using 2 of the 4 engines at about 36%. So we're only sailing at 3 knots today.
If they was to use all 4 engines, I think they were saying like 22 knots, was it? They can go at?
Yeah, 21 and a half knots maximum. And they actually showed us the air conditioning on the ship was actually using more power than the 2 engines to propel Arvia in the Caribbean Sea, which is quite interesting. And they told us all the other information. And
then we went up to the mooring deck. So this is on deck
7. That was quite cool.
That was really, really cool to obviously see how they moor up to the dock and stuff like that. That was really interesting. See the anchor. We weren't allowed to film or take photos. In fact, you wasn't even allowed to have your phone. So if you had your phone on you, we left ours because we knew we weren't allowed it. But they take your phones off of you to stop you from filming, recording, whatever, taking photos. But highly recommend it.
Yeah,
really good.
The laundry bit we went to as well.
Oh
that
my
was
bloody god,
interesting.
the laundry part was really fascinating.
Yeah, we went down to deck 0, which is under the surface of the water level of the. That was interesting. So all the bed sheets and that's get washed 12 times for a cycle, and then this machine squeezes everything out, and like how the crew uniform have all got like chips in them. Yeah. So the crew can send them off to. So each crew member's got 3 sets of uniform. Yeah. And then they can take it there. It's open 24 hours a day. They can take their uniform there, put it in the little chute. The chute reads the chip, and then obviously it cleans it, and then within 6 hours they can then pick up their uniform again. Yeah. Or wash, and then they literally just put their crew number or something, or they scan something, and then they get their uniform. It is honestly so fascinating. Who would have thought a laundry room or a laundromat would be so interesting on a cruise ship? Yeah, and all the machinery they use to like iron it out, steam stuff. We went behind the stage in the headliners theatre, which was interesting. We did that anyway when we did Wavelength in part 1. So I signed Ellie up without her knowing. That was good fun. And we went up to the bridge, and then we managed to get a photo with the Captain Paul. So I'll pop in a photo now of that photo that we had of him, which is really cool. Got to see the navigation, how they use Azipods. It was just really fascinating. Like I just get to see the radar of if you can do this whilst you're on this cruise, do it 100%. Yeah, so it costs £75 each. Or was it £70 each? No, £75 each. Okay. You get, at the end we got fizz or soft drink and canapes, which I didn't even know we got at the end of it. Yeah, so we ended up in the Crow's Nest, which is a lovely bar on the ship. They sectioned off an area for all of us. So there's a maximum of 18 per tour. Yeah, but
And
I think
they
they
only
do
do
several.
them on sea days.
Yeah, I think they do like 1 to 2 or 1 to 3 a day.
Yeah.
So make sure you book on them. Last 3 hours, and at the end, the reason why we tell you to do this is we actually got some vouchers. I mean, they're pointless to us because we can't use them now. So we've got one for a 10% off an exclusive photo shoot.
Enjoy £20 towards a shore experience, which is obviously no good to us now because we're going home on Saturday.
Yeah, £30 towards a spa treatment, but that's got to be over £50 or more, which
That's
is
really
really good actually.
Yeah.
Freaking quality. And then what's that one?
And then enjoy 10% off P&O Cruises merchandise.
Yeah.
So they sell the merchandise in the shop, on one of the shops.
Could have done with that the other day because we bought an Arvia magnet and stuff as well. All little help. It's such a good experience.
Oh, and we've got a little lanyard.
Behind the scenes, P&O.
Behind the scenes lanyard, which is a nice little...
Yeah, I didn't even know you could do that. And today's been really, really rough at sea today. I haven't taken a seasick tablet. For those of you watching Norway, we said the other day was rough. Today's swells have been really, really rough. So tomorrow we've got a trip in Barbados in the morning. We're arriving at about 6:30. We've got to do immigration. We'll talk to you about that tomorrow.
So we're doing a P&O shore experience, and it's a 4x4 adventure and beach. So we do the 4x4 bit first, drive around the island, I guess, or certain parts of the island. So we'll end up on a beach tomorrow, which will be a really nice way to sort of end our last full day. Well, that's not really the end of it, because then we get back and we've got pretty much an hour by the time we get back to the ship, and we're going on another excursion, and we're going on a sunset cruise.
Yes.
It's Valentine's Day.
But anyway, I want to go to bed, so we're going to shut up, and then we'll talk to you tomorrow and tell you about immigration and all that kind of stuff.
See you in the morning.
Good morning. I have gone, so we've started to pack this morning. It's a bit chaotic in the room. So you see down here, we've got everything. Ellie's been packing, haven't you? While I've gone to immigration.
Yeah, because our suitcases, although we're not leaving until tomorrow, which is Saturday, our suitcases must be put outside of our room between 5 and midnight tonight.
Yeah, I think
5:30 and midnight tonight. So yeah, we're on trips all day today, and then we're going to Oystins later. So
we're not literally, we're not even have a chance to fart, breathe later.
No,
Freaking.
That's why we thought we'd just make a good start on it now. Pretty much everything's packed apart from all of like the essential bits that we're going to need tonight. It's going to be a bit difficult.
One rule of thumb: leave a pair of clothes out you're going to wear tomorrow. One of the guys said, was it his sister and their aunt or something were travelling together? The aunt left some clothes out on the bed. And then the niece come back, oh, stupid aunt, she forgot to pack and packed all the clothes she was going to wear, and she had to wear a bathrobe. And this was it November or December? And it was really cold, wasn't it, in the UK?
So I had to wear a bathrobe back to the UK. Make sure you leave your set of clothes out, something for obviously the next day. It's chaos, I don't really know where to go now. So
no.
We're going to go for breakfast in a minute.
Yeah, we are. The immigration was easy, so you had to take both your cruise cards, you had to take both your passports, and because we've got an excursion ticket, everyone has to do immigration before you leave the ship this morning, or you risk a $2,500 fine for not completing immigration. They did it in the clubhouse. You just tap your cruise cards in, and then went up to the immigration guy, and he was like, hold the picture page up to the glass one at a time. Did that, took a photo of it, boom, done. Got 2 little tickets to say we can go ashore. That's it.
Yeah, you must take those tickets, otherwise you won't be able to get off the ship.
Yeah, so it took like 2 minutes to do, so it wasn't too bad at all. And it's just this packing crap that I hate, because it means the inevitable is happening, and we're gonna have to leave. Which I'm not looking forward to.
One tip for Barbados: you're not allowed to wear anything camouflaged.
No, you're not. You're not allowed to even leave the ship. So
they won't let you leave the port, to be honest with you. But just don't think you can wear anything camouflaged in Barbados, because it is illegal too.
So at the moment, this is our packing. When I said there is literally crap everywhere, there is crap. Everywhere. A lot of the stuff we need tonight, because obviously we need to brush our teeth, which we can't pack our toothbrushes because we need them. This is our view from when we docked. Obviously you would have seen this morning, but we've got a lovely sunrise, no clouds in the sky. this is our first stop on a 4x4 island adventure tour that we're doing. Barbados has surprised me. I didn't think Barbados would be this nice. Next on our list for a holiday, I think.
100%, it's beautiful. So the ride was bumpy.
Really bumpy. We did some off-roading. Did go over some bumps on this tour, like very, very bumpy.
If you've got like neck problems, probably isn't the one for you, because he was tearing it up, weren't he? He was going crazy.
Proper crazy. First part we drove down Sandy Lane, got to see the hotel, I think, or house. It looked like a hotel, but I think where Rihanna stays when she comes.
That's Rihanna's house.
Shut up, that's a house.
That's Rihanna's house.
Looking like a hotel.
Yes. And then we went past the Sandy Lane Hotel. So if you know Barbados, Sandy Lane is like a really wealthy area, expensive part of Barbados. And yeah, the Sandy Lane Hotel looks absolutely incredible. With Rihanna's house, she lives at 1 Sandy Lane.
So these are the 4x4 Jeeps we're in behind us. So we're all sitting at the side, and then where me and Ellie are, we're on the eastern coast. But anyway, we're on the eastern side of Barbados. I'm not sure where we're going after this, or the beach is just down. The beach we're going to is just down south of the cruise port, so that's where we're going to next.
It's been a little while since we spoke to you, so we ended up at Cabana Beach Club, which is on Carlisle Bay.
It's a 40-minute walk from the ship. You can walk it easily. We're done with beaches. We laid there for half an hour.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I didn't want to get back on that truck because the guide and driver that we had was a bit mental.
Yeah, it was a bit of a bellend.
And he was a bit of a dickhead, because what he didn't say to Jack, what I didn't realise, I would have said something if James would have told me. James didn't want to run punch. Fair enough. It was like, what?
You don't want alcohol at 10 in the morning. I don't really, I'm not a big fan of alcohol, especially those of you who watch this for. I don't really like alcohol.
And he said James was a coward, so if I would have known that, I would have had a go at him, to be honest with you. I'm going to go and say something, because I don't think that trip's worth the money. No,
not that. The other two drivers avoided all the potholes. This one was actively driving full force into the potholes, to the point where my neck hurt. I've got like probably whiplash pain in the back of my neck a tiny bit. If that was any more with any difficulties, you would have been paralysed or whatever. Yeah, so it's a bit of a dip. I thought we were going to get more like photo stops and stuff like that on this. No, we didn't. We had one stop. We had one stop. And that's it. But yeah, we kind of screwed ourselves over, because the ship, we would have been picked up at 2:30 down there. By the time you get back here, you were looking at 2:45, 10 to 3. 15 minutes to walk on the ship. We would have had 15 minutes to get changed, showered quickly, try pack some stuff, to go out on our sunset cruise from 20 to 4 to go down and meet the next boat. So we came back. It's now 5 to 3, so we've got a chance to have some lunch, which is nice. We're going to go and have something to eat. Get a nice mango and passion fruit cooler down from the Vista Bar in 6. Yeah, and there's loads of little shops actually in the little port, which is quite good. So I think we're going to go and get a fridge magnet from there. Yeah, we will. We'll need one, so we'll show. Yeah, I mean, we've got tomorrow to get one as well, but if we've got time, we just can have a little look around a few shops, I think. Yeah, exactly. Quite nice. That's what we're going to do, yeah, just have a little mooch around tomorrow, take it chill, easy, no beaches, no walk along beach. We are back from the sunset cruise, which was really nice, wasn't it? It was good, yeah. The plan was to go oysters tonight, but the weather's a bit crap. So me and Ellie are not going to go on ourselves, because I know what'll happen. We'll get there, pay $60 for a return trip. And then we'll come straight back. Yeah, so be like, oh, well, that was... We wanted to get into Beach House, but that's fully booked. And I didn't really fancy eating anywhere else, to be honest. And they say not to walk around, although Barbados is safe during the day to walk around. At night, I think it's a little bit of a different story. Yeah, so don't do it. I just don't want to risk it. No, it's not worth it. It's still raining outside, so we've ordered room service. So we've literally tried everything on this ship. Yeah, you pay £2.50 trade charge, and then you pay for whatever on the menu. Obviously, different things at different prices. Yeah, so like £2.50 trade charge. This is classed as a large plate. It says $5.75. This was a side. This was $1.75, and Ellie's was the same, $5.75. So we've ordered that. Drinks, they don't do Pepsis or anything, because we don't drink alcohol. They had Coca-Cola, which was like £4.15 for a large.
It's a shame that we're not going out, but I've got a bit of a headache, so.
You know what? That means we just have to come back.
Yes.
Don't it?
We have to come back to Barbados for a holiday, because I'd love to hire a car.
Yeah, I'll just go round. We can do
drive
Oystins, stay in St. Louis. We can do anything.
St. Louis?
That place near Oystins, St. Lawrence.
Gap.
Same thing. Right, I'm getting very hungry. It is 8:15 and we're going to eat. So we'll see you in the morning.
See you in the morning.
Good morning. It's our last final morning here in Barbados.
Sad morning. We've just been for breakfast.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Me and Ellie were saying it's not a P&O Cruises holiday unless you've gone to the main dining rooms, ordered your breakfast and they're up at least. They've gone a whole 2 weeks.
They've done really well.
And then this morning they're up.
They've just, it just made us chuckle though, because on Iona, when we was on Iona, every morning the breakfast come out a surprise.
Yeah, today it was. I ordered 2 bowls of Frosties, I got 1. We ordered a muffin each, but it came out, I got 1 muffin, Ellie got 2 muffins with some Danish pastries.
No, we got a whole plate, we got 2 whole plates of pastries.
Yeah, okay.
It's ridiculous, but
yeah. I asked for extra milk when he gave it to me in a glass for the cereal. I was like, okay, I'll just drink it. I'll drink milk anyway, so it doesn't make a difference.
It just made us chuckle.
It was funny. So we've been given our statement. Everything on whatever you spend on board. So if you've got onboard spending credit, make sure you spend it before midnight the day before you leave, because they'll charge your account. You get a statement outside your door, which we've got.
Yeah, and you don't get to, so if you don't use all of your onboard spend, you don't get to like cash it in or anything like that. It just
goes, yeah.
It just disappears.
So make sure you spend it. And now we're going to be walking around Barbados. We're going to go look at Rihanna's childhood home.
So we've got to be out by 9 AM, which is, and you can drop your hand luggage off at the Headliners Theatre and they'll store it, but we're not going to do that.
Obviously we've got you and whatnot.
You. Yeah. We've just got a lot of stuff that I wouldn't feel comfortable leaving.
No, exactly.
So yeah, we've got to be out by 9 AM. I think we get picked up today at 2:30.
No, 2:45 we're meeting in the Headliners, so it'll be about 3ish.
And then
into the Tin Shack, we'll show you that.
Sad. Yeah, so apparently to accommodate all the cruise passengers, they've got like a hangar that they've sort of converted into a terminal, but there isn't any duty free or anything there. So
there's no shops,
you don't actually know if you're going to that one until you get on the bus to go to the airport.
Oh right.
That's what it said in the thing.
Oh really? Okay. Well, we'll show you that anyway.
Yeah.
I need to go for my morning download. We've got 45 minutes until we're out. 42 minutes now. So. And then we'll show you around Barbados. In front of you is Rihanna's childhood home, where she grew up. Down the road called Rihanna's Drive. Quite cool to know that Rihanna's one of the only Bajans as a billionaire. And like we said the other day, she bought 1 Sandy Lane for $22 million US, which is really cool. So we're going to get some photos and then we're going to head back. Probably not show you much more until we get to the airport a little bit later on. But this is really cool.
It is cool, yeah.
We have approximately about half an hour until we catch our bus to the airport. So we thought we'd give you a little update just before we show you the tin shed that we're going to be in soon.
Well, potentially, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know yet. So the flight's on time, that's the main thing. Some of you might ask whether, especially if you watch this from Iona, whether we prefer Arvia and Iona.
I prefer Iona. Yeah. Personally.
I do too. The ship's similar, but there's some little differences. However, the Olive Grove on Iona is a lot better than Arvia.
Yeah, however, you have got things like the 6th Street Diner, which is a nice addition.
That is good here.
And then you've got Green & Co as well.
Yeah.
And then I think you've got a bit more to do in terms of, if you've got children, you've got obviously the Skywalk altitude walk.
Oh, and you've got mini golf. Mini golf's pretty good.
And you've got Mission Control, but that is an extra charge.
Yeah, Mission Control's a payable extra. Adventure Skywalk's a payable extra. Mini golf isn't, you can just rock up and turn up anytime you want with clubs and balls. They're good additions, but I think I enjoyed the Iona one because I think it was just a ship that popped our cruise cherry, to be honest. And the one thing we didn't tell you, that sea day we had, it was rough. Got on land in Barbados, and I think I had my sea legs because I was like wobbling when it got off.
Yeah.
So that was pretty good.
I think the actual, it's been rockier on this cruise than on Iona when we was sailing the Norwegian fjords.
And I haven't taken any sickness tablets at all this whole 2 weeks. And that last sea day we had, it was rocking a lot. Like we said, that was probably one of the better night sleeps I've had, actually.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good. So just to sum it up, this Caribbean cruise is great. You will need, you'll need cash for all the taxis out and about on the islands because they don't really take a lot of card. But after you've watched this, we'll be doing a food one on Arvia. With all the food is included, what ones are payable extra, all that kind of stuff. We're doing a ship tour, and if you want to watch more cruising videos, there'll be a Norwegian Fjords one after this.
I know there are some questions about what currencies to take. So US dollars are accepted everywhere in the Caribbean islands apart from Martinique. Martinique is euros.
Yeah, euros. So, and also when you're using US dollars, make sure you ask for change back in US dollars, because sometimes they may give you back in Eastern Caribbean.
Or Barbadian dollars.
Yeah, if you're in Barbados. So just remember to ask for US dollars. I've asked it once or twice. So just a good handy tip for you.
Just have a lovely time.
Yeah, it's been brilliant. I'm really sad.
Make of it what you want to make of it. There are a lot of negative comments I've noticed from
about
quite a few people.
That's because people don't enjoy life. That's why they're negative.
It is what you make of it, and we've both had a lovely time.
Yeah, exactly. We haven't booked trips the first week. If you watched part 1, we literally went to our own beach and that was brilliant. I wish I could do this cruise again for another 2 weeks and do different other things like around the islands. I just wish I could do them again. Some of them are so nice. So one, definitely stay here in Barbados again. 100%.
100%. Grenada, definitely love to go back to.
Grenada and BVIs, but BVIs are a bit unrealistic because you have to book Airbnbs.
And it's very expensive to get to, I think.
Yeah, exactly. Also, just wanted to mention, we did mention our travel agents earlier, but all that link will be down below as well for you. If you want to book a cruise, we're actually off on a Virgin Voyages cruise after this one in June.
Yeah.
So we're sailing from Athens with them.
A little bit P&O'd out.
Yeah, we are. Maybe not another one till next year. Just want to do the Baltic.
I'd like to do one of their smaller ships.
Yeah, I would.
think because Arvia and Iona are both gigantic.
They're big girls. They're very big girls.
You will do a lot of steps. Like we're averaging 15 to 20,000 steps a day.
I think there's one day I did 70 odd flights of stairs and I was absolutely pooped. I was like, no, just got the lift after that. And on one day on the port day, I think I ran from deck 3 to 16. I still beat the lift. I was nearly freaking collapsed on the floor doing it. Just going to chill, enjoy the last 20 minutes here. We're in deck 7 at the Glass House at the moment, so we'd enjoy that.
P.S. Our favourite restaurant on board.
Yes, it is. You would have seen it. I think you would have, I'm sure you would have seen it anyway.
Yeah.
But yes, we'll catch you in the airport. Wish us luck. Hope we don't have the tin shed. And we'll speak to you shortly.
And if you are on this cruise and you've got any questions,
leave
it down below. Or if you've done this cruise and you enjoyed it, let us know.
Like, say hi down in the comments. We read all the comments.
Yes, we
and
do.
we'll reply back to all the comments as well. We'll smash them out between us.
Yeah, and if you're going on this cruise, have a lovely time.
Yeah, and thank you for watching if you've watched this far so far. So we'll catch you in the airport shortly. It was now time to head to the airport. The journey to Barbados Airport wasn't that bad, it only took about an hour. Getting through security wasn't bad either, it only took about 10 minutes. Just to let you know, at Barbados Airport, I think it runs smoothly during normal operations, but when the cruise season's about, it is like a circus act. Flights later than us were called before us to their gates, and no one knew what flights were going from what gates. This is a worrying bit. When you're queuing up for your flight, and everyone's going along, are you here for the Gatwick flight? Are you here for the Gatwick flight? And you're worried, you're like, oh my god, am I going to end up in Manchester? I'm going to end up in Belfast? I'm going to end up in Scotland or something? What makes it worse is the airport staff don't even know what gates, what flights we're going out from. So just to be aware, if you are getting a flight back from a P&O cruise or any cruise around Barbados that might depart from Barbados, or you end in Barbados, you disembark here, just be aware it might be chaotic. Just a heads up. But thanks for watching along, hope you subscribe, and we'll see you in June for our Virgin Voyages cruise.
Love you, bye.
Bye guys!